Kalayla, Kalahayana, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shah, Mashiach, Wamalaki, Bashim, Hawa, Nakurash, Barakutum, the water by the ball of Kwam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily. To the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine and city Shalom. Today we're gonna get into the cancer of the earth, known as Esau, Edom. And this man, I got a video that I'm gonna play. This man, he basically breaking down to you who the wicked of the earth is, and he calls them the cancer of the earth. Now, while this wickedness going on in the earth, that's easy. Job chapter 9, verse 24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, not where who is he. The earth was literally given to the wicked. Now, let's get and we're basically going over the characteristics of Esau Edom, because a lot of people acting like they don't see this man for who he is. He got them so brainwashed and stuck on the people trying to see Esau for what he presents himself as being versus what he actually is. That's some brainwashing right there. Now let's get into this video, then we're gonna bring out the characteristics through scriptures. Let's get it. And this video is called The Cancer of the Earth. Check it out.
Hang around, wait and see. The white man is going to prove to you who he is. Because he's not getting any better. He's getting worse. And he's doing more and more evil. And he's planning more and more evil as we speak. Do you realize that with all the weapons of mass destruction that the Caucasian has built, and he boasts that he could destroy the planet so many times over with nuclear weapons. Do you realize that as you and I are standing here now, he is in the laboratory right now trying to think up new ways to kill people? What kind of a mentality is this? This is evil. He is not satisfied even with his ability to slaughter tens of thousands of human beings all over the planet. Hang around, wait and see.
See? Now let's come out of this. Yeah, that's him. Now let's go into a few of the things he said. Right, let me bring you back. Now we're gonna listen to it again, but I'm gonna be pausing, and we're gonna get scriptures based on what he's saying. Let's go.
Hang around, wait and see. The white man is gonna prove to you who he is.
Let's get one. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Boy, the blue letter be tripping. Let me go to Google. Okay, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 14, verse 7. And if he doeth good, he do it unwillingly. And at the last, he would declare his wickedness. And that's what this man just said. Stick around. He gonna show you who he is. Y'all, a lot of y'all still refuse to acknowledge the man's horns. He has horns. Let's go.
Because he's not getting any better. He's getting worse.
Let's get it. This is 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Yeah, he deceiving the whole world because he deceiving people like he actually has your best interest in his heart. No, he's being deceived because the Lord got him thinking that he's going to win this thing. Now, it takes a stupid individual to destroy their own kingdom because everything ain't enough for them. That's a stupid individual. I mean, I put it like this: to call Esau stupid would be an insult to the word stupid. That's how gone this man is. I mean, just gone. This man is about to destroy his own kingdom because everything ain't enough. What a dumbass. Let's go.
And he's doing more and more evil. And he's planning more and more evil.
That's right. He is. Let me see if I can get yeah, he's planning more and more evil. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Let's say you get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Let's keep going. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 12. If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked. Is that not the White House? I mean, lying about everything. And that's what pisses you off. They do dumb shit and lie about it. I'm like, man, grow up. But Esau is not going to grow up. This man is still having his temper tantrum when Jacob got the birthright. This man has been angry with perpetual hate, filled with perpetual hate, Salakia, all this time. Meanwhile, he's been blessed. It was a temporary blessing, but he's been blessed now. You want to know why this man's so violent and why he loves weapons so much and why he weaponizes everything? Because he was blessed with the sword, which is the modern day gun or sword, any type of instrument of death. This man weaponizes the food, he weaponizes the water, he weaponizes the air, he weaponizes so-called medicine. So I mean, the earth will not miss him. I'll put it like that. The earth will not miss you, brother. The earth is gonna rejoice when you gone. Let me see. Let's let it speak.
As we speak, do you realize that with all the weapons of mass destruction that the Caucasian has built, and he boasts that he could destroy the planet so many times over with.
Now, why would you boast about that? Where the hell you gonna live if you destroy the earth 100 times over? Because the lie has been exposed. You have not been to the moon. You ain't going to the moon. You ain't going nowhere. You're not going to Mars like they try to put in their movies like hundreds of years from now they're gonna be living on other planets. No, you're going into slavery for 1,000 years for all the shit you do, all the shit you say, all the shit you lie about, all the shit you steal, and the people you murder. Then after that, you'll be executed off the planet, and the planet will not miss your crazy ass. Let's get 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. Who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh, or that is worship, so that he, as Yahweh, sitteth in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is Yahweh. This man wants to be God. He has God complex. Psalms chapter 73, verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Verse 6. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covers them as a garment. Verse 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish, but everything ain't enough for this clown. Verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Verse 9. They set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walketh through the earth. Meaning they talk shit about the true and living power, and their tongue walking through the earth through their media because they control the media. So whatever the media says, you dumbasses actually believe that shit. Verse 11. And they say, how doth Yahweh know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? See how they question the Lord? And you know, that's why he gonna give them. Verse 12, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. Yep. Jude chapter 1, verse 8, likewise also these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil of deities. Everything that's good, they gonna say it's bad, they gonna talk shit about it. Yeah, these filthy dreamers defile the flesh. Because they dreaming like ain't nothing gonna happen to them. They can do whatever they want, and they will not be punished or judged for it. They defile the flesh with everything possible that you can defile the body with. They go above and beyond. Look at what they did to the rainbow. They took something sacred and holy and defiled it. Little children, they defiled the children. They defile everything. Everywhere this man goes, death follows, but nobody goes to jail. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Why? Because the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. Job chapter 9, verse 24. Micah chapter 2, verse 2. And they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man in his heritage. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 7. The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them because they refuse to do judgment. They refuse to do righteous judgment. Now they got this thing that they call law, right? But look at how they dispense law. They bend, break, ignore, and enforce rules at their will. So there is no law. They just do what they want to do and call it law. For example, you have three men, a so-called white man, a so-called black man, a so-called Chinese man. These three men can commit the same crime. They will receive different punishments. Like the scripture said, they are not in trouble as other men. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10, that favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and he will not behold the majesty of the Lord. See? Psalms chapter 28, verse 3. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts. Yeah, that's how they do. They dog their own allied countries. They so-called friends, they dog them out too. And it's a scripture basically stating that. Let me see if I can find it. And this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 14, verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom shall he be good? If he dog out his own people, you think he loves you? Somebody of another nation, especially Israelites? No, he hates Israelites. Why? Because he can't stand the thought of us being over him after everything he's done to us. That thought right there would make him commit suicide. That's how weak he is. That's why he hides behind weapons, because he's blessed with the sword. Because he's weak, a base man, the bottom of the barrel as far as humans. He should not take pleasure in his goods. Now let's keep going. The book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. See, like he just walk around with his chest all out, like he's running things. No, the Lord running things. You the biggest tool in the box, fool. He shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without head. This idiot gonna try to fight the Lord, and the Lord gonna slam him on his back like dominoes. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to charge times and laws. I'm so like you. And think to change times and laws. When he changes the times and the laws, daylight savings. And he always changing laws to make it whereas they're beneficial to him but detrimental to you. For example, you might own your car, right? An antique car, 30 years plus, they over 30 years, they're considered antiques. So if you get an antique tag, you don't have to renew your license plate. So Esau did something about that when people started buying old school cars to get those antique tags. He changed the law so that you can only drive antique cars on Sunday. So he can continue to get money from you for nothing through registration. Even though you own your car, you are not allowed to drive it if the tags are out of date, if they so-called expired. Now, which I never understand because your ability and your knowledge to drive does not expire. So why should your tag or your license? That's what this man does, man. He would take something that you do every day, and he would take away that privilege, and he would sell it back to you. That's what a license and permits are. He'll take away your ability to do something normal every day and sell that permission back to you. Okay, let me start over. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until the time and times and the dividing of time. And all that time that he has is about to expire. Think about it. We know how you feel, bro. You got everything the heart could wish, everything except time on your side. Matter of fact, let's get Book of Revelation. You got everything but time, because your ass about to go in them chains. This is, if it comes up, the Book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He know time running out. That's why he trying to start a war. This small ass dude, he figure like, if I can't rule the world, nobody can. Oh yes, somebody can. And guess who's gonna be in slavery, rebuilding everything that your dumb ass is about to destroy? You. Let's keep going. Um, See, they destroying this country. They destroying this whole planet out of greed because they want control. The only thing you about to control, but it is construction. The book of Sirach, chapter 41, verse 8. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High Yahweh. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. Psalm chapter 52, verse 3. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than speak righteousness, a lie. And these are fools. They are referenced as fools throughout the Bible. Let's get it. Romans chapter 3, verse 18. There is no fear of Yahweh before his eyes. Psalm chapter 14, verse 1. To the chief musician, the Psalm of David, the fool has said in his heart, there is no Yahweh. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works, and there is none that doeth good. Job chapter 30, verse 8. They were the children of fools. They are children of base men. They were violent in the earth. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 28. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Just literal two-legged beasts roaming the earth, acting on emotion. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up in him is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. There's something wrong with his soul, man. The Lord created them to be the wicked, man. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 16, but shun profane and vain babblings. All them big words they use all the time to try to control the narrative and win arguments, that's profane and vain babblings. For they will increase unto more ungodliness. These people will lie like hell just to win an argument. Even though they know you right and they wrong, they don't care. This is the man of no integrity we're talking about. And we're just going into a few of his characteristics. Let's let the man talk some more.
Nuclear weapons. Do you realize that as you and I are standing here now, he is in the laboratory right now trying to think up new ways to kill people?
See, that's them think tanks. That's that crafty counsel. That's when he paid people to think, how can we get away with this? How can we get away with that? Let me see if I can get it. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3, and we're going to read down to verse 5. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. That means they are your enemies. Now let's get he said in the laboratory right now trying to figure out how to kill people. And he's right. Because all these viruses just popped up or whatever. They didn't just come from nowhere. They were created, they were engineered. These people got patents on this stuff. That means they own it. Now let's get 1 Timothy chapter 6. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings. Just told you what that was. And oppositions of science, falsely so called. These people freestyle lies and call it science just to get you to believe it. They're going to put it under the guise, oh, this is science. This is not my opinion. This is science. That's a lie. They always blame some on science to get you to believe it. John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. This man has a insatiable bloodthirst, just like an animal. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 7. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their paths. Like I said, every time Edom might come around and get in his feelings, somebody dies, but nobody goes to jail. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. This man will stab you, put the knife in your hand, and then tell you it's your fault. And say that sell them, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Meaning, the so-called black leaders, instead of going to bat for you because they have wronged you or they've hurt you, these people are on Esau's side. They have sold out. Their souls are bought and paid for. That's why it says their own shepherds pity them not. Genesis chapter 9, verse 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for the image of Yahweh made he man. And that's pretty much summing up Galatians. Chapter 6, verse 7. Let me see if I can get it. Yep. Galatians, book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived, Yahweh was not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. It's coming back on your ass. What? The book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 19. The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer. When he meeteth him, he shall slay him. And there's a precept, the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 21. Or an enmity smite him with his hand, that he die. He that smote him shall surely be put to death, for he is a murderer. So like, the revenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him. Now, what are the top three characteristics of Esau Edom? A liar, a murderer, and a thief. You take that gun from him, the only thing that remains is a lying ass thief. 2 Samuel chapter 4, verse 11. How much more, when wicked men have slain a righteous person in his own house upon his bed, shall I not therefore now require his blood of your hand and take you away from the earth? Yeah, yeah. It's on. It's on. It's that crafty counsel right here, Psalm chapter 94, verse 21. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous. They condemn the innocent blood. See? Just killers, just murderers. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 11. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. See? Bloodthirsty. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 16. For their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. See? Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things that the Lord hate, yes, 7 are an abomination unto him. 7 means completion. He's complete. He's a complete abomination. Verse 17. A proud look, lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall also be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. The book of Sirach, chapter 27, verse 27. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. He don't expect to be judged. Sirach, chapter 27, verse 30. Malice and wrath, even these are abominations, and the sinful man shall have both. Let him talk some more.
What kind of a mentality is this?
We just told you. Let's get it again. Let me see if I can find it. We just told you what kind of mentality that is. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up in him is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. That's the type of, you talking about a beast mentality, dude. Just because he's walking on 2 legs does not mean he's a human. Because you have to have hue. What is hue? Let's get it. This is hue. This is what hue means. A color or shade. Color, tone, shade, tint, tinged, complexion. That's what hue means. You have to have melanin. You have to have color in order to be considered a human. That's why this man is so often changed. That's why he asked what kind of mentality is this. See, you think that he's talking about a man. No, he's talking about a 2-legged beast. Remember, what was Esau when we first found him? Number 1, he was in the caves. Number 2, we had to teach him how to talk. wash his ass. See what I'm saying? We domesticated him, civilized him. But before that, he was a beast. Matter of fact, he's the reason why bestiality is in the Bible as a not to do it. Who do you think was doing it? Esau. Matter of fact, let's get it. Job chapter 30. This is Job chapter 30, verse 1. But now they are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Now, why is this scripture in here? Because Job would not let Edomites around his dogs. Why? Because Esau would rape the dog. Now, let's go to the book of Leviticus. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 15. And if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast, because the beast is messed up mentally now. Everything thrown off. So yes, this law is in the book of Leviticus telling Israelites not to do it. Why? Because Esau was doing it. And he's still doing it to this day. Matter of fact, they're trying to legalize bestiality in Spain as we speak, and about 5 states. Then you got all these Edomite women all over the web saying, I mean, just fessing up to it. Yeah, we do that. And what? What you mean, and what? See, that's how gone they are. They don't understand that that is wrong. But it's cool. You know, we don't expect them to understand our laws because our laws were not given to them. Now let's go. Let's get. Let him speak some more.
This is evil. He is not satisfied even with his ability to slaughter tens.
Ooh, let me get one. Let me get a scripture real quick. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home. That's why he got 754 military bases all over this planet. Why? Because he's proud. Neither keep it at home. Who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. That's why. But gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all peoples. That's what he tried to do with this jab, but it didn't work. And he gonna try to do it again with the MOTB. Gather unto him all people. Yeah, this man cannot be satisfied. Everything ain't enough. That's why he about to destroy his own kingdom like a dumbass because it ain't enough.
Of thousands of human beings all over the planet. Hang around.
Okay, that's the end of the video. Yeah, he matter of fact, Esau Edom, he's about to be responsible for billions of deaths because he's an animal and he's going back in his cage. Let's get some more characteristics of Esau Edom. Psalm chapter 49, verse 11. Their inner thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name. See, they think they just gonna steal from everybody else and just pass it down to their children. Just like they name cities uh after their own names, literally. Continents. Cyprio Africanus. Africa was named after this man. Amerigo Vespucci. America was named after this man. Both Edomites. And then you got cities that's named after Edomites. Williamsburg, St. Petersburg. Uh, the list goes on and on. Alexandria, Virginia. You know, cities like that. Yeah, they got these names from Edomites who probably stole the land anyway. You know, Esau don't never do that straight up. Job chapter 15, verse 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepare for deceit. Psalm chapter 37, verse 32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. Is that not happening? How many times innocent so-called black people got pulled over and murdered? The book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusting, so is his wickedness. Just like Buddy said in the video, they're getting worse and worse. And y'all still ain't seen that yet. This man still hasn't revealed his horns. He's just warming up. Sirach chapter 12, verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Well, we found a new contagion. No, you engineered a new. That's why he know. That's why if one come out yesterday, he know everything about it today because he engineered it. But he gonna pretend like it's something he did. Discovered. Now you know what go down when Edomites discover shit. Mm-hmm. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Y'all always thinking this man here to help you. What happens when you accept his help? He gonna leave you in a worse state than you was before. You don't believe me? Look at all the countries that he went and helped on humanitarian missions. Country destroyed, resources stolen, the people destroyed. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 29. The people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery, and have vexed the poor and needy. Yeah, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. You know, we're just going over the characteristics of evil. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 5. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself. This man think the more he steals, the more godlike status he's gonna be in. No, you just a thief and a liar. James chapter 1, verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Esau. You know why? Because Esau can't remember his lies. That's why he's double-minded. Proverbs chapter 26, verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believeth him not. For there are 7 abominations in his heart. 7 means completion. He's completely abominable. Verse 28. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. So if he lying on you, he hates you. Look how they doing Putin. Just 24 hours constant demonization and lies. Look what they're doing in China. Look at what they do to the Israelites. Shit. 24-hour lives around the clock on the TV through the media. All they do is lie. Jeremiah chapter 13, verse 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. That's basically saying if you can change the Ethiopian's complexion, or you could change the leopard spots, then you could change Esau to start doing good. No. Why? Because he's created to be the wicked. Look, and he always trying to combat this statement, this truth rather, that oh, you got free will, you got free will. No, you don't. Well, let me see if I can find it. This, oh, there it is. This is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Let me get this one. Let me bring this one up though. But there's no such thing as free will. You are created to do what you're doing. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man understand his own way? There's no such thing as free will. Whatever is, it's a good chance that whatever you're doing right now, you did it in your past life. So if you was a hoe, if you a hoe right now, you was a hoe in your past life. If you a sodomite right now, you was a sodomite in your past life. So Esau, I challenge you. If there is such thing as free will, I challenge you to stop lying, stop stealing, stop murdering. You can't, because there's no such thing as free will. That's what you are created to be, the wicked. Stop lying, stop stealing, stop murdering. If there's free will. This is the book of Nahum. Oh, Psalms 58, verse 2. Yet in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Now, the United States is going on to be 250 years old. Out of all those 250 years, this country's only seen 12 years of peace. The rest of those years, they were murdering and stealing and lying about everything, starting wars because everything ain't enough for them. So they want to take everybody's shit. They want to invade these countries and tell us we going to help them. You helping yourself to their resources and destroying the people at the same time, but you don't care because you are a greedy ass man. Well, I ain't gonna call you a man. You a greedy ass two-legged beast. About to go back in them chains, baby, and the earth will not miss your ass when you are exterminated. And that video was right. You are the cancer of the earth. Because if you can't control it or make money on it, you will destroy it. Prime example, Nord Stream pipeline. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, baby. We're gonna roll down. The book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant. He broke over 500 covenants with the Indians alone. And what did Vladimir Putin say about the Americans? They are agreement incapable. because they'll agree on something, shake hands with you, sign the contract, and do the exact opposite. Agreement incapable. But at the same time, they still expect you to hold up your end of the deal. These people are insane. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child. Everything and enough. Sirach chapter 27, verse 24. I have hated many things, but nothing like him, for the Lord Yahweh will hate him. Christians. No, the Lord does not love everybody. Esau got y'all out here lying just like him. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, who knoweth us? That's what they think. They think people are as stupid as them to come up with the lies that they come up with. These psyops getting sloppy as hell. I seen a meme today. It said we deserve better psyops. Because these psyops they doing now is basically an insult to our intelligence. How many trains gonna derail for it not to be a coincidence to you people who still believe these lies? And it came out that as far as the railroad industry, they let go over 50,000 people, especially in the inspection and maintenance departments of these trains. So, as soon as they got these people out the way, they start sabotaging these trains, man. And then they're gonna blame it on lack of inspection maintenance. Well, why is there lack of? Because your dumb ass got rid of the people that services the trains. So you set this in motion 6 months ago to happen. See the wickedness? And most of them near water sources. So yeah, they contaminating your water right in your face and your food. Sirach chapter 8, verse 13. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are the shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh. He wants to be Yahweh. But now he's about to be exterminated. Speaking of extermination, we close on this, 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Hold on, let me get one more on. We can end on this one. And this is what's about to happen. Oh, let me go to Google. Yeah, yep. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. It's being translated from Esau back to Jacob, the Israelites, to rule in righteousness forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Along with Yahweh Hamashiach, and King David, 144,000, and the 1/3 that's going to be saved from the lake of fire, aka nuclear missile fire and destruction, World War III. So that's the gist of it right there. Esau, you proved who you are. You proved who we were. And we can't wait for your ass to go in them chains, baby, because, I mean, you just like a big ass, badass kid who will not listen to instructions. Yet you pretend that you do. Let me get one more. And you can tell by what he did to Abel. He murdered Abel and lied about it because he was jealous that Abel gave up a better sacrifice than him. I mean, just a little bitch. Always in your feelings. Book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 16, and we're going to read down to 17. But unto the wicked, Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statute, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee? You'll have a gay-ass pastor trying to teach the Bible, when it clearly states in Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13, if a man lies down with a man as he lied with the woman, both of them shall be put to death. Their blood shall be upon their own head. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. But he holding the Bible trying to tell you moral, righteous things when he's a walking abomination. That's how stupid America got you people. But that's how it goes. The Lord about to pull up, and he about to rattle a lot of people's cages. And a lot of people, I'm talking about billions, are about to die as prophesied in the Bible. So, you can believe if you want to. We don't really care. Only thing we care about is sealing the elect. Let's go and get this thing over with and put Esau in these chains so we can finally start living, enjoying our families, our children, and getting away from these lying ass people. Call Allah Ilala, Hayya now, Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, wa Malaki by Shem, Hawa Kakwadash, Baraka Thumb, Water by the Bar, wa Kwam Yasharaka. Shalom.